para po yung mga persons with disability po na nag-a-apply for their IDs. Also, nag-a-apply din po sila sa national ID. They have the accessibility. In Quezon City, Your Honor, dahil kami po ay 1/4 ng NCR, we have 7 PIDAW offices. We have 6 mini city halls na ma-access po nila yung iba't ibang mga programs na nasa main city hall. So, because we have the automated system, we generated po around 62,000 persons with disabilities for 2023. We have the specific database for that. And in fact, we have 100% uploaded the data to the DOH PRPW Bureau.
Thank you very much. Can I go to the national NCPA? What the other
Silingan, mandalagan.
So I think Stephanie Dacanay already mentioned a number of the other existing laws, like for example, the mandatory 1% for government employees, and then the suggested, not recommended, 1% for establishments or companies employing at least 100 or more persons with disabilities. But we are pleased to inform the body that actually there are several partnerships with other private institutions wherein they are really keen on employing more than just 1% of persons with disabilities. So I think most of the laws were already mentioned. Now, when it comes to having a national ID, we are in favor of that as long as, and I think this is an important qualification, the logistics are properly set up, because as we raised before, the National Council on Disability Affairs, we do not have a nationwide presence, so if we will be the ones issuing that, then it will take longer. However, if it's an agency with a nationwide presence, then I think that would be a really good idea. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, NCTA. Can we go to the DOH
Kasi yung
Director,
demonetize kasi yan,
what
kailangan po buhayin.
what do you think of having national CWD ID so that we can
Dati,
have
kaso,
uniform
narios tayo.
system nationwide?
Ang ginagawa ko ngayon, nilalagay ko sa nakita
Good
ko.
morning, Honorable Chair. Now for this national PWI, right now the DOH is maintaining the database as mentioned by our PIDAW officer of the Quezon City. So we are getting into the data coming from the different regions, and we look, and also these are also very important database, especially for the DOH program and also for the local health sector. Now, having a unified national ID will really help us strengthen our database throughout the country, because right now, not all LGUs really are having a very good database in the PWDs. Now, with this national ID, all LGUs will be provided with technical assistance and all forms of resources.
Video na
Thank you very much, ma'am. Here.
i-recommend ka lang. Yan.
For that, we also follow the requirements of the law that we hire at least 1% of our employees are persons with disabilities. We also have, we also include projects, just like the 40s, to include persons with disabilities and even families that have persons of disabilities
Inedit ko instead na
that
ilagay ko sa
are,
YouTube. Makaka-copyright,
that are within
ma-review
their
sa
family.
yun na na. Sa TV? Oo.
Thank you, sir.
Sinilink ko sa
Let's go to the next question.
Mabalik ako sa
What are the
dati ko.
necessary
Mga
qualifications for WDs to avail of their benefits?
Kasi
and how
upload ko yan
do
yun
these
sa TV.
guidelines assist
Ginawa ko siyang reaction para
establishments
hindi
in
ka.
understanding their obligations? Also,
Manood lang ako,
what are some
pero
effective
nandyan.
strategies or
Kasi bawal
approaches
sa
that
YouTube
business
na.
establishments can employ to raise awareness among their staff on the rights and
Kasi
privileges
yun,
of people
dati
with
na,
disabilities,
dati kami sa
ensure
basketball.
proper implementation of
Kasi sa amin, sa basketball kasi, ano yan, restriction talaga yan ng ano talaga nila, association. For example, yung PPL, dapat hindi.
Your Honor, come again, Your Honor.
Sorry, maybe first the
Yeah, no.
qualifications
Ayun, no?
for eligibility
Diba?
of the discount.
Sa, galing sa
And
PDM.
what are
O,
your
mag-reaction ako o
strategies?
propose ko.
What you do in Quezon City so that the businesses will be aware
Wala.
that they
Yung
have
kanina.
to give these discounts?
For sure, Honor, Mayor John Lamonte, goal is inclusivity. So meron po kami regular na business summit, Your Honor, where all the stakeholders po sa business sector, business industry, ay ini-invite po headed by the PPLD. And the persons with disability po, Your Honor, is one of the area of concern na amin pong tinatalakay. And also, because we have 7 PDAO offices, yung aming pong presence in different districts ay represented. And one of the strategy for us is really, we are asking for their QC ID or their persons with disability ID. In every programs, in availment of every programs and services of the Quezon City government. Like for example, we have the different ayudas or different programs of the various departments in Quezon City. It's the primary requirement, Your Honor, the QCID of persons with disability. And one of our strategy, although we have the online application, we do verify all the documents uploaded to the QC services portal, where we call the doctor, we call the hospital or clinics, and just if I may state that there are some medical certificates uploaded to our system which do not certify the type of disability, Your Honor. As per guidelines of the NCDA, Your Honor, and this is all across all PDAOs, na yung specialista po ang siyang mag-certify kung ano pong disability ng applicant, no? So, kung hindi po naka-specify yung type of disability ng applicant, we really come to forward to really search the doctor, and really search the hospital. Because we also recognize po na babalik sila sa doktor, babalik sila sa hospital, sisingilin na naman sila for that specific document. So that's part of our verification, Your Honor.
Interest lang. Ano yung number 1 disability?
Physical disability, Your Honor. Yes po, followed by psychosocial. Psychosocial, Physical, Your Honor, as guided by DOH, iba-iba po. Meron pong apparent and non-apparent. Your Honor, the apparent, ito po yung mga person in wheelchair, mga amputee. But meron din po non-apparent disability, musculoskeletal. Basta na-certify po sila, Your Honor, ng specialista. Na sila po, or yung the stroke patient resulted to disability.
I thought that most of the abuse is in the eyes.
Your Honor, right now, as per...
How many abuse for eye disability?
Your Honor.
Pag mayroon lang konting, parang mga bulag sa pag-ibig. Bulag sa pag-ibig. Bulag sa pag-ibig.
Madam Chair, may I ask a quick question?
I was submitted.
Mr. Chairman, in case, Madam Chair, in case we have a national ID system, right? If you put there, indicate there that you are a PWD or a senior citizen, then we don't need all the other IDs. Only one ID, kasi it will be easier for the agency. If you have one ID, and you can tell all, you don't need to bring all the IDs. So I think we should work on the national ID system that includes, total di pa naman din i-issue, di ba? Tagal-tagal ng national ID system. Ilagay na lang natin doon using the database of the senior citizen and the PWD integrated to the national ID system para po hindi mahirapan yung mga agencies, even the national government will have a database. That's just a suggestion, Madam Chair.
I agree with you, sir. Well, that is a suggestion. I'm sure a lot of us want that uniform system. I think there might be a little problem regarding those with temporary disabilities that there's a time frame or so. And maybe you can get the NCDA to comment on that.
Yeah, Madam Chair, before she answers, also, I was intrigued by the app that Angkasu showed that if all the, for example, Shopee, Lazada, all the apps also indicate the PWD and senior citizen, if it's registered, then they don't have to bother in the every transaction checking if it's a senior citizen or PWD. So I think the requirement should be all apps with digital purchases should have a system where they can record the PWD and the ID, also the PWD. It's just another suggestion.
Yes, we will take note of that. And we will also invite the NEDA and PSA in our next hearing so that they may answer queries regarding the uniform PWD ID, senior citizen ID. May we get, yes, the comments of the NCBA?
Thank you, Your Honor. So I'll answer first the new recommendation. Actually, that's a welcome recommendation if it can be included in the national ID system. However, we do recognize the validity of the concern of Congressman Bel Zamora because, as defined, disability is long-term. So there's a time limit. Actually, as for DOH, long-term would be anything from 6 months onward. So perhaps to reconcile the two, how we can implement that is something that we can thresh out in perhaps TWG hearings so that we can give life to the suggestion without compromising the fact that we don't want people abusing it. Now, for example, they just have a very temporary disability and then they take it upon themselves to apply for this and then they will be enjoying the benefits for a long time. So something to end. Your Honor, should I also answer the other questions?
Yes, ma'am, but can I first acknowledge the attendance, the presence of Congressman Jose Bong J. Teves Jr. of EGP Partners. Good morning, sir. Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. So to answer your earlier questions, as to the qualifications on how to avail the discounts, actually, once you have the ID, that's the only thing that the establishments need to look for. As long as you have the PWD ID card to present, you are entitled to the discount. So it's actually upon the agencies issuing the ID to determine whether or not a person is qualified for that ID. But since government IDs assume a presumption of validity, establishments really are supposed to honor them. However, we understand that there are instances wherein establishments have doubts as to the veracity of an ID. So for now, in the absence of an updated national database online that's easily accessible, as Ms. Debbie said, it's only QC that's 100% uploaded all their data to our national database. What we suggest to the establishments is in the meantime, if we want to verify it, don't check with the PWD of DOH because it's not completely updated. So it's possible that someone has a valid ID, but they're not yet in the system. So we don't want to prejudice these people. What we suggest is that they call the LGU issuing because the LGU would definitely know for sure if this is a legitimate ID. Now, as for strategies for businesses, as some suggestions, I think I know that this is the first hearing, there are actually available online training services on the website of NCBA. But other than that, if you want something more tailor-fit to the kind of establishment that you have, you can reach out to us. We can have a MOA so that we can see how we can work together. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just want to inform the body that I have filed a bill regarding the increase of senior citizens ID card. They should have up to if you want to transact like a government agency, meron na kayo change. Say that yes, I guess. Lalabas na po yung transaction. At nakalagay po ron yung mga details ng isang senior citizen, kailan sa mga anak. Kaya po, may case ng pending Committee on Information. Headed by Congressman Tobit Sami.
Chair. Okay, can I ask again, NCTA, what are the measures that establishments should take to ensure separate and accurate record keeping of sales that PWD?
Hindi na.
And that's actually a very good question and something that we can work together with the private establishments. But perhaps it would be best if there would be a record specifically noting the discounts given per each month. Actually, I think I asked one of the attendees before, if I'm not mistaken, it's Cebu Pacific. Because he was the Cebu Pacific rep was my seatmate during that hearing, and I did ask that question. He said that they do have that record, so perhaps it's something that all establishments can follow after.
Pwede naman.
Pidao, QC.
Mabalik yun.
Your Honor, for the establishment right now, we are finalizing the survey questionnaire for all the establishments. So, nag-develop po kami ng survey questionnaire na forward po namin sa iba't ibang mga establishments on how many workers with disability do they have, and if they would like to avail the incentive that we're giving to the establishment in employing persons with disability, Your Honor. But right now, we do not have specific data on how many transactions or how many persons with disability that the private establishments serve, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. MMDA, are you?
Good morning, Your Honor.
I think you know my question.
Pardon me, Your Honor. I think I lost part of the question.
There's only one question. Do you have coding privileges for senior citizens?
Yes, Your Honor. We have coding privileges.
Really? So this guy can use his car any time of the week, any day of the week?
Your Honor, you have to apply for the
O kaya pala hindi
privilege.
siya nag-a-apply. So that's welcome news. You are the only ray of hope in this room. Can you put that in writing? Is there any MMDA memorandum circular or something? Anything to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you mention it?
Not that I fail to note particular specific.
Sayang naman, kokoronahan kita ng
Your Honor, but I can follow up with it
So what is the
after the hearing, Your Honor.
if the driver is senior citizen? Or there's a senior citizen in a high HOV?
When
Do you require a high occupancy rate? No.
No, Your Honor. As long as the driver presents an exception signed by the chairman of the NMDA, Your Honor.
God, so pumila kayo lahat doon. So I think, I thought there's none, huh? So there is. Is that approved by the MMC?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so it's approved by all the mayors of Metro Manila.
Yes, Your Honor.
So anytime, anytime they're exempted. Yes.
As long as they have applied and it was
Lagi ako
approved.
dinadakip eh.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No. So, that's enough for me. So can you just give me the MMC of resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. I will follow up after the hearing.
What's your name?
I'm Attorney Joseph Sadud, Your Honor.
You're from where?
I'm from PMMDA. I'm the chairperson of the PWD and Senior Citizens Focal Point
Also,
Committee.
you're also focal person. So you're from what town, city, or what?
My father hails from San Juan, Batangas, Your Honor.
Okay, mabuhay mga Batanggenyo. So,
Thank you.
question nila.
Because
Sige, may I recognize na very lost to use surnames? Magsaysay na? Aquino ka?
I requested to Chairman Antes, no, regarding the exemption for color coding for senior citizens. Ano nang nangyari doon? May action na ba?
Your Honor, there's no similar exemption for senior citizens, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Kasi kailangan namin yun eh. Kasi kung minsan tinatakbo ka sa ospital o magpapa-check up ka, yun lang ang sasakyan mo. Kaya sinabi ko kay Chairman Antes, basta as long na may nakasakay na senior citizen sa sasakyan, yung pwedeng color coding exemption na.
That's noted, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Ano ba? Wala pala. Meron ba?
Your Honor, to clarify, the congressman was asking me about exemption on senior citizens, and there's no similar exemptions on senior citizens. However, I replied that there is exemption to PWDs,
Ayun.
subject to application and approval by the chairman, Your Honor.
And the committee request, MMDA. Total, ilan lang naman sila. Ilan ba sasakyan yung merong, I don't know, we will try, right? So, can we make a request on behalf of the senior citizen? Most of them are congressmen anyway. No. We will, i-try mo lang kung pwede.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
We are making the committee request if the same privilege can be afforded to senior citizens, subject to certain restrictions and eligibility acquisition.
That's noted, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. But that's what, thank you very much. Isa na lang hindi ko nakukuha, discount on parking. Kasi was always absent. No, but they can give my
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
kasama ang transportation sa taas.
Kaya nga pumayag yung Lex as Lex.
Pero that's, if you were to interpret the law, hindi ba dapat, I mean,
Can you, paano ka ng dictionary whether parking is part of the transportation? So we're looking for it. Or NCSC, can you make a clarificatory administrative order saying that parking is part of the transportation? Pwede na namin nalagay sa
Sir Chairman, yung toll fees po, yung start toll fees, no?
Yeah, security.
Ha?
They, under our fee, whenever you buy our fee, they will add 20%.
Kasama na
O
yun.
kasi pagbabawas ka pa divided by 1.12, divided by 1.2. So ang suggestion namin, kasi di ba, laging ginagamit. So when you buy your RFE, they just add 20%. Yes, sir.
Clarification po, Chair. So, ibig sabihin pagbibili, pero dapat bibili yung senior citizen. Paano kung naka-rehistro sa hindi senior citizen? So, dapat rehistrado
Well,
sa...
problema mo na yan.
So, pangalan nga po, register dapat sa senior
Magpatanda
citizen.
ka muna.
Going back, Mr. Chair, doon sa implementation mechanism, kasi nabanggit po kanina, Mr. Chair, with respect to the use of draft ng ID,
Yes.
hindi po ba pwede na automatic na po yun? Na pag may national ID ka, naka-specify po yung edad po doon.
Niladali kasi yung national ID ang roll out eh. Kaya
But nonetheless, it doesn't really, Mr. Chair, kasi nakasulat na po yung edad po doon eh. So, we don't understand bakit kakailanganin po pa kayo na mag-present ng separate na ID na specified that you are senior citizen. In fact, That's the main purpose. Di ba? Automatic. Para naman kapag nag-celebrate yung mga senior citizens natin on their 60th birthday, alam na nila kagad that they're entitled to this rather than pipila pa po sila kung saan.
I will never celebrate my 60th.
Tapos na po kayo, sir, di ba? Anyway, Mr. Chair, yun po yung sinasabi po natin para hindi po nagkakaroon ng kung ano pang mga diskusyon. Ano pa bang kakailanganin mo ibang IDs? Kung mayroon ka ng national ID, specifying your age.
Okay, so are there additional pages? Considering that we have 15 registry of all right, last na. The members, especially Congresswoman Stella Kimbo, recommended the removal of booklets when purchasing goods, specifically medicines and grocery items. What is your opinion on this matter? BPI?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We will relay this to the PPI management. As per the law, the joint administrative circular is in orders by DPI and PA. So we will refer this to the management, Mr. Chair.
That's not an answer, but it's okay. DSWD?
Good morning, Your Honor. The DSWD supports the abolishment of the purchase booklet for senior citizens because upon review of the law, there is no clear provision that specify that there must be a purchase booklet. It is only found in an administrative order from the DOH, DTI, and Department of Agriculture, Your Honor. So, we support for the abolition of the purchase booklet.
Okay, Mr. NCSC.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. The National Commission of Senior Citizens also supports the abolition of the booklets. If I may resound the call of our chairperson, provided that it will that there will be a national database system that will be adopted so as to monitor also the purchases, especially of the prescribed medicines.
Mr. Chair, in the first place, at the moment, sino po ba ang tumitingin sa mga booklets? Diba? So pinaghihirapan ng mga seniors ang pagdadala ng booklet at pinaghihirapan ng mga kahera ang pag-fill up ng booklet. Right? Pero ang totoo, hindi naman sinasubmit ang booklet na yan sa kahit na sino. So in other words, wala siyang purpose na ina-achieve. So yun ang tanong natin. So babalik tayo dun sa booking. Mino-monitor, maganda yan. Pero for what purpose? Kasi meron naman tayong family income and expenditure survey, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair. Malalaman natin dun sa files kung ano ang kinukonsumo ng mga seniors just by looking at the files. Kung gusto lang natin malaman anong kinukonsumo nila. So, yun ang tanong. Anong gusto natin ma-achieve? Pero pagdating naman sa maraming paraan kung paano makuha ang datos. Ngayon, ang BIR, kung tama ang forms, makukuha natin talaga kung magkano ang ina-expense ng bawat firm para sa senior citizen discounts. So, yun ang tanong, Mr. Chair, di ba? Ano yung purpose talaga ng booklet? Ano ang monitor? Kasi at this point, wala talaga Tama ba ako? I guess, ito ako pwede sumagot. NCSC.
We will root it. We will root the question. Thank you. Question I think gave you, para they are so guided. May I call first the government agencies, then we go to the private sector. DOH?
Honorable Chair, we have prepared our position paper subject for the approval of the Secretary.
Which says,
It says po, we have provided 3 options. One is minimizing the booklet requirements with modifications. Second one is partial removal of the booklet requirement. And the third one is the complete removal of the booklet requirements with provisions. So these are the 3 options of the Department of Health subject for the approval of the Secretary.
Suggest complete removal na lang of the booklet. Pero wala na namang loopholes or what.
thank you, Mayor. May I now call on the ILG? Is the ILG around? Wala. Oh, sir, come here. Your attorney, what?
Good morning, Your Honor. John Martin Rones po from the Bureau of Economics.
You want the booklet, you don't want the booklet?
With regards po to the booklet, the concerns with regards to the booklet, I think yung isa po kasing main purpose niya, although hindi pa po ako talaga nagamit, is to observe po tayo sa kahera kung na-reach na niya yung limit na 1,300. But again, in the course of our discussions today, parang kailangan na po pagawin pati yung limit na yun. Kasi tagal na po nun. Yung presyo po masyado na, kumbaga hindi na siya responsive. Hindi actual needs of the community. Lalo na yung citizens.
Thank you. And I may call on BIR. BIR would have that problem. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, as to the booklet, Your Honor, the BIR does not even, we don't look at the booklet, Your Honor, but they have a separate recording for the senior citizen.
So hindi ka pa nakakita ng booklet?
I've seen a booklet, Your Honor, but what we...
Yung nanay mo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero dun sa opisina mo,
Wala, Your Honor. Your Honor, ang titignan po ng Bureau is the record of the discounts given. May separate na recording material po ang mga establishment. Kung sa may mga POS system, parang meron na pong automatic na record senior citizen and PWD discounts given. Tapos upon audit, yun po ang pag-verify ng BIR. Your Honor.
is that number?
The booklet given there.
Spring number.
For the booklet of the, considering, Your Honor, that the booklet is given by the LG, Your Honor, I am not sure of its number.
Is the booklet has that automatic? What do you call that?
Overall mag namin yan sa
Yung may
partner natin.
So meron ano sa ilalim, carbon is carbonized. Ikaw ang nag-finish na bulat, di ba?
Sir namin doon ng Portland.
Your Honor, wala pong carbon po yung ating mga booklets.
So baka wala ang booklet niya.
We have numbered booklet po, Your Honor.
May dala ka.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alis na kayo.
Sino gumagastos niya? Is it even worth?
LG, Your Honor.
Is it even worth your while? O baka your booklet is more expensive than this?
Mr. Chair, you can actually buy it at Shopee. Big counterfeit books.
So can you just thank you? Uy, si mistake po ng people. Yung mga pagalitan nito nila.
Mayor Lumanov, Your Honor, Lumanov po yung booklet na yan. We already po
Basta kung kasi ko si Speaker Boylan Martin. So, ibig sabihin, pamangking ko yung ngayon. Uy, yung complete mo na pinipirmahan, yung tindahan. Akala ko tindahan sa goal.
Your Honor, for the senior citizen, they have two booklets, the grocery booklets and the medicine booklets. But for the persons with disability, we only have one booklet. But kasama na po yung grocery and medicine. It's just for the senior
Bakit
po.
yung medicine may iba pa?
Your Honor, kasi mas madami po consumption ng medicine for the elderly. Kaya nakaseparate po
Subjective ba siya sa limits?
yung medicine, Your Honor, yes din po.
Ano limits niya?
Subject po for the senior citizen, Your Honor, I cannot speak on behalf of the senior
May
citizen.
senior citizen, anong maximum? May maximum ba? Di ba bibili sila hanggat pwede sila mabuhay? Ililimin mo ba wala kung hindi kakamatay nila?
Wala pong limit po ang medicine except for
So useless yung isang booklet mo niya.
Your Honor, kasi po, pag pinag-isa po yung booklet, masasayang po yung part po ng grocery, Your Honor, kasi mas nauubos po yung booklet ng medicine dahil sa dami po ng consumption. Ng medicine po for the elderly.
Bidaw ka, di ba?
Ang pita po namin, Your Honor, isang booklet lang.
Ikaw ano ka? Senior citizen?
A persons with disability po, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, I will recognize you, sir.
Thank you,
Are you recognizing what?
Drugstores Association.
Okay, thank you, sir. Nice to hear from you.
Thank you for inviting us. So, magsasalita lang po ako regarding sa booklet.
Hindi, lahat. Sabihin mo na yan.
Salamat po. So, una po muna yung booklet na pinag-uusapan natin. Siguro po, on my point of view, kung ibang establishment po, pwede po siguro alisin yung purchase booklet. Pero when it comes to medicine po, ito po kasi yung basis namin kung una, kung ang senior citizen o PWD ay compliant sa kanilang binibiling gamot. Dahil ang booklet po goes hand in hand with the reseta. So kung ano po yung nakasulat sa reseta, dapat yung po yung mag-aagad din sa booklet. Compliance po. Ibig sabihin po, bumibili, umiinom ang senior citizen ng nakareseta. Okay? Pangalawa po, ito po yung basis namin ng control kung kailangan na po bang bumalik uli ang senior citizen sa doktor. Kasi pag hindi po natin ito na control, tuloy-tuloy pong bibili yung senior citizen, hindi na po niya kailangan yung gamot. Yun po ang katotohanan doon. Kaya po pagdating sa butika, hindi naman po sa hindi kami nagbibigay po kami. Gaya po ng sinabi ko nung nakaraan, ang DISA po composed of small and independent drugstores. Hindi po namin member ang Mercury. So pagdating po sa generic medicines, nagbibigay po kami. Pero pagdating po sa branded medicine, sinabi ko na rin po na hindi po namin kinakaya. Hindi po sa hindi kami nagbibigay. Hindi po namin kinakaya kasi hindi po kami nabibigyan ng malaking diskwento katulad ng Mercury. Hindi po naman papayag ng isang malaking kumpanya na kaming maliliit na butika, bibili ng isang kahon, ang Mercury, bibili ng 1,000 kahon of the same medicine with the same discount. Hindi po papayag ang kumpanya ngayon. So, ibig sabihin po, kaya ang Mercury nakakapagbigay dahil nakakapag-demand po sila ng malaking discount.
Pedro Lugo. Mercury, are you here? Yes.
So, sir, may tanong ako. So, in other words, ginagamit niyo po yung booklet, chine-check ninyo kung sumusobra na ang pagbili ng gamot relative to the reseta. So halimbawa, ayon sa reseta, dapat 30 tablets lang ang binili. Pero ayon sa booklet, mukhang 60 tablets na ang nabili. Therefore, hindi na dapat bentahan subject to the discount. Parang gano'n ang sinasabi niyo po.
At kayo nung bumili na pharmacy, nakakaawa kasi unlike Mercury na nakakabili ng huge volumes, ay kaya-kaya nila na ma-absorb yung 20% discount. Yan po ang sinasabi ninyo.
Tama po.
So yun ang value ng booklet.
Tama po.
So, so in other words, so talagang isa ninyo.
Yes, ma'am. Promise. Kasi ito lang po yung nagiging basis namin eh.
Alam mo, may pagkatotoo naman kasi lahat ng gamot ko nandito, Flumisil. For
So ang kahiran ninyo, train to that.
Yes, ma'am. Promise again.
So tinitignan niyo yung date, ganon.
Tama po.
meron na. Paano mo to? It looks so messy, but I don't know. Anyway,
So in other words, meron tayong kumbaga yung booklet para sa grocery.
tsaka kailangan yung picture ni district eh.
Mr. Chair.
You might as well use it in Marikina.
No comment. Tanagin ko lang muna, commentary ni si Madam QC na nagbigay sa iyo nitong booklet na to.
Hindi po amin yun, Your Honor. Yung amin po yung merong logo.
Ay, okay.
Kasi Mayor Belmonte po ay anti-EBAN po kami, Your Honor. Wala po kami sure for the mayor.
Ma'am,
Sabihin mo, pamangkin ko yun, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
Second cousin ko tatay na.
ma'am, kinukuha niyo po ba mga booklets at ine-encode ninyo, ganyan? Paano ang pag-monitor?
Your Honor, kinukuha po namin once po na full na po para i-replace po sa kanila yung bagong logo.
Okay, kinukuha ninyo kapag puno na. Anong ginagawa po ninyo dun sa booklet? Nag-e-encode po ba kayo or what?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Oh, yun ang
It's just a
sinasabi
pieces
ko.
po.
Okay. So,
Para po may control din po kami doon sa release po ng booklet.
Okay, yun ang sinasabi ko po. Yung data na nandun sa booklet, baliwala, unfortunately. So far, ang nakikita ko pang use pa lang is dito po, dito sa maliit na drugstore. So far, Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair, may I make a suggestion?
Yes, Mina?
Kasi yung booklet na yan talagang pahirap sa mga senior citizen at yung mga reseta na yan ay pahirap. Bakit hindi na lang po ganito? Lalo na sa grocery, I don't see any logic na kailangan pa ang booklet. Meron na ng certain discount, no? Dito sa drugstore, why don't we just make parang registry na kung frequent yung senior citizen na bumibili dyan, yan yun na lang kung ano yung mga binibili niya na para hindi na hingan ng booklet at saka prescription. Ngayon, kung antibiotics, yun kailangan ng prescription. Pero kung yung mga maintenance niya na kinukuha na niya talaga na, na monthly or weekly, wala na lang, i-register na lang ninyo para masabihan naman ng mga senior citizen na kung saan na lang silang drugstore bibili, doon na lang sila magpa-register. I think that would be easier for the senior citizen kaysa i-require ang booklet. Kasi kung walang booklet, hindi kayo magbibigay ng discount. Di ba?
Pasagutin ko muna din, Stella. Sir, please up. You are recognized. May computer ka ba?
Okay. Again, ang visa po is composed of small and medium independent drugstores. Hindi po lahat nakapikopya sa amin. Dahil hindi po nila kaya. Okay? So, yung pong nire-request ni Congressman na magsalisa, pwede po namin gawin na may lab po.
After Stella, you.
Yes, pagdating po sa sinasabi niyong nalimutan o hindi kailangan dalhin ng purchase booklet. But, Congressman, importante po sa amin makita yung reseta.
Hindi. Sa umpisa, syempre may reseta na kailangan ng senior citizen yung mga ganyang gamot. Pero kung ano naman na, palagi nang binibili yun, huwag na ninyo hanapan ng reseta at nagbabayad naman ng senior citizen sa pagkuha ng reseta.
Congressman, ang reseta po ay may nakalagay po doon kung ilan lang po ang pwede nyo bilhin. Pag sinabi po ng doktor, 100 lang po, siyempre isa-serve lang po namin ang 100. Pero kung susobra naman po doon, hindi na po yung Hindi po sinasabing hindi kami magbibigay. But we suggest the senior citizen to go back to the doctors. Pwede pong bawasan ang inyong ang inyong gamot.
Yan siguro yung mga special na gamot. Pero yung maintenance nila, monthly, kagaya ng Rosartan, Amlodipine, Metformin. Ano na yun?
Siguro kung gamot yun na.
Yes, po, Congressman. Pero ang sinasabi lang po namin dito, kung aalisin po natin yung resetas, assuming po na nakalista na yung inyong mga nandoon sa logbook namin, na ito po ang regular na po. Ibig po ba niyong sabihin, kung ang isang senior citizen walang galang reseta at bumibili ng wala doon sa listahan niya, ibigyan po ba namin o hindi?
Kung wala sa listahan niya, kailangan yung reseta.
Tama po. So,
Pero
yun
yung
po
mga
yung
kalaki na
yun
niyang
po yung importante ng reseta. Kasi pwede
booklet.
po kasi, booklet and reseta po, Congressman. So, ang sinasabi lang po namin dito, this could be abused already kapag wala na pong dalang reseta ang senior citizen. Bakit? Halimbawa po kay senior citizen, ang anak ko po ay 50 years old, pero nagme-maintenance na rin. Pwede ko pong gawin yun eh. Bibili ako ng gamot, walang reseta, bibigyan ng senior citizen. Ang iinom na po yung anak ko, hindi na po. Yun lang po ang aming iniingatan kasi sabi nga po namin, unang-una, hindi naman po kami nagtupad noong purchase po. Dahil pag gawa pa lang po ng batas ng senior citizen, nandiyan na po yan na kailangan po tayo sa aming senior citizen. Hindi naman po kami.
Okay.
Doon sa mamomonitor naman ninyo kung nakaregister na eh. Let's say, yung Rosartan, 30 days na monthly na gagamitin niya. Kung makikita niyo kung bumili siya ng 60 o 50, doon niyo po questionahan.
Tama po yun. Doable po yung Congressman. Pero pagdating po doon sa puntong hindi na po talaga nagkakaroon ng reseta, kahit sabihin po namin na consumed na po yung reseta ni Doktor base po sa aming listahan. Ang tanong ko nga po sa inyo, kami po ba ay makakasuhan kung hindi namin bigyan ng gamot ang senior citizen? Pagdating po doon sa sinasabi namin, based on our record, it is consumed already. So you have to go back and get another prescription from the doctor.
Kung na-consume niya, i-require na ninyo kasi once a day lang naman yun, di 30 tablets a month. O kung hihigit doon na ninyo siya admit na kailangan ng reseta.
Tama po yun, Congressman. Ang tanong nga po
Pero
kasi,
hindi yung tuwing bili, hihingi kayo ng reseta.
May
Paligyan
nabigyan
yun.
stop down because you're just turning around and around. And just to help us break the Gorgonite, yes, I hope you break it. Baka naman yung magdagdag pa.
No. I have a suggestion. As a simple possible solution to this problem. Baka pwede na lang po nating markahan is yung reseta to try to do away with the booklet. Kasi anyway, ang seniors naman natin is hindi naman nila nalilimutan yung reseta. Di ba? Dinadala nila, wherever I go, bilib ako sa kanila eh. Dala nila yung reseta sa pocket nila, wherever they go. So yung reseta ang pwedeng markahan. Di ba? So, kung let's say partially filled lang yung reseta, 30 lang ang nabili out of the 60, markahan. Di ba? Na 30 lang, sa likod, na 30 lang ang nabili. Di ba? So in which case, hindi na yung booklet kailangan. Kasi mamarkahan na yung reseta. At i-require natin pa rin yung ID, of course, para siguradong senior talaga ang gagamit. And then kapag fully filled na yung prescription, tatakan, di ba, na tapos na po ang reseta na yan, hindi na yan pwedeng gamitin. Something to that effect.
Yes, these are pasensya. Under the rules, doctor's prescription stating the name of the PWD, age, sex, address, date, generic name of the medicine, dosage form, dosage strength, quantity, signature of repeated name physician, physician address, contact number physician, professional tax receipt and narcotic license number if applicable to safeguard the health PWD, prevent abuse. A doctor's prescription is required in the purchase of over-the-counter medicines. So you don't need a booklet. You can just use the prescription as suggested. Anyway, you recommend. Suggestion lang yan, sir.
Pareho lang po kami ng suggestion ni Congresswoman. Kasi meron akong experience, kung tao sa store, nakalagay kung hindi quantity. So wala po akong pera, manabili ko lang. Let's say, 21 yung reseta, ang pera ko yung pang 1 week lang. So nakalagay po sa reseta, dun sa kung ilan na yung nabili. Eh siguro po, mas maganda ganun.
Okay, thank you.
I
Right
have
now,
another suggestion, Mr. Chairman.
okay, you're recognized.
Anyway, sa Amerika naman po talaga may database yan. Yung sticker pa nga nilalagay sa bote. Na-intrigue lang po ako doon sa sabi ng maliit at saka malaking drugstore. Now, there is an association, sabi nyo, ng mga maliliit. Po. Kung makakabili po kayo, kayong lahat na maliliit ng volume, therefore, you can also, hindi po ba, makakabail ng discount. Kasi yung sinasabi niyo po sa amin kanina, nahihirapan po kayo magpatupad ng 20% because maliit po kayong drugstore. Pero kung magsama-sama po yung maliit, di ba makakuha po kayo ng volume?
Yes, you can answer that. Yes, sure.
Thank you, sir, for the question. Una, ang GISA po is a non-profit organization. So, ang aming pong miyembro is scattered all over the Philippines. So, kung yung isinasuggest po ni Sir, ni Congressman, matagal na po namin nilano, pero hindi po mag-push through kasi nga po, hindi namin alam kung sino yung isang kumpanya na kukuhanin ang lahat ng aming orders at ibibigay sa different areas of the Philippines.
Okay.
So yun po ang sagot ko. Maganda po yan, matagal na po namin naplano yan, pero hindi po namin.
Okay, para matapos ko na.
So hindi po kayo makaka-comply doon sa 20%, yung po sinasabi ninyo, kung full implementation po ito.
Pwede po ba ako sumagot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sabi ko nga po, Congressman kanina, when it comes to generic medicines, we can comply with the law.
Generic.
But when it comes to branded medicines, sorry po, again, itinatapon na lang namin o tinutulong na lang po namin sa Mercury.
Thank you. FDA? Is FDA around? FDA is not around. May I just ask a question from NTRC? Do you have any estimates of how much the society is giving to senior citizens and to from all this discount? Is there an econometric model? Since the BIR does not seem to have the...
Your Honor, in the absence of data on the actual
purchases
of senior citizens and PWDs, I think we still don't have to, we don't have estimates on the...
But ako kasi I use the FIES, their consumption, and then computed their discount. So there is a rational way of estimating.
Actual amount of discounts claimed by the business establishment.
As the Director General of NTRC, the Philippines is the only one using the society to make benefits to special sectors like PWDs and senior citizens. Other countries, richer ones, they use the budget to provide support and assistance. Here, we're trying to spread either by a little bit higher prices. Our estimate is 0.8% additional inflation on all these items. But it is the society, the rest of society that pays for the benefit. The benefit to pour in, partly comes from me. So in short, sir, do you suggest this way as an NTRC Director General, as a matter of national policy?
Sir, first, to clarify, I'm not the Director General of the NTRC. And I will coordinate with our tax statistics staff to estimate the actual,
This is an implicit tax on
the
businesses.
revenue loss on the grant of discounts or the claim of tax deduction by the business
Yung
establishment.
claims and tax discount is only 18.7 billion. But the worth of goods that are given because of the discounts and chargeable to higher inflation on the other items for the rest of society, my estimate is 137. Stella thinks it must be higher. So the issue here, the national policy is, would you rather have a big budget in the GAA and give to all these senior citizens and PWD some money every year so they can pay for it instead of burdening DSA or, yes, precisely, or increase the universal. You want to increase the universal social pension and then no more discount.
So, on that matter, sir, we will consult with the DOF on that aspect because that's a policy question. I cannot commit what the office will do, especially on matters of policy.
It's okay, sir. I thought that I could get an
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
that's a very important question that you're asking, Mr. Chair. So, please pursue that question. Kasi right now, yun na nga, di ba? There are two things that we're doing. So, bitin-bitin ang social pension ngayon, di ba? Para sa seniors, hindi covered lahat at 1,000 pesos. Tapos, hirap pa to implement. But, we're giving generous discounts. However, hirap na hirap tayo to implement. So, parang, kumbaga, limited implementation, di ba? Versus another possible way to take care of our seniors, which is, ano kaya, mag-universal coverage na lang tayo ng social pension. Lahat ng seniors, cover natin, matik, pagdating ng 60 years old. Wala nang tanong-tanong, kahit sino ka pa, basta 60 years old, covered ka. Tapos, at 1,000 pesos. Pero, walang discounts, di ba? That's another way to, yun ang tanong ni Chair Joey, di ba? So,
You will answer that, you're the economist.
we can, di ba? But we need them, di ba, to compute. Yun ang tanong. And yung FICE kasi, understated kasi nga yung consumption. So we need your help, di ba, to help us figure this out. Kasi,
Ano ka naman yun?
Yun ang
We
tanong.
will consult and consult our principals, especially on that important policy question on whether to give discounts or give subsidy through the budget. That's a very important policy question which I cannot at the moment commit on which one will be taken. So we yield to the wisdom of this committee and to the Congress on that matter.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have to finish. Okay. It is the ruling of the chair that parking is subject to discount. Under Republic Act 4983, June 1967, granted famous War Veterans Corporation a franchise to build parking spaces, considering it is a public service, part of transport, subject to regulation by the Public Service Commission. And therefore, the rates before are now, the new Public Service Commission is obviously FTFRB. So if you're given discounts in a public bus, you should be given discounts in a parking space. Because that is the law, and the law has not yet been amended. So anyway, that is the ruling. So you write it. So the NTRC will not answer. BIR, Attorney Mark Lester, our OIC Director General NTRC. Ikaw yun, di ba?
I'm Donaldo Boho.
So anong gagawin ko dito? Wala yan. So ngayon, tapos na ba tayo? What will I ask from BIR? As the BIR conducted information campaign to establishment, nakikita ko yung mukha ng amo mo, kahit doon sa Bicol International Airport, about senior citizen discount, where proper computation of discount granted to senior. When was the last time you gave a seminar? BIR.
Seminar, Your Honor.
To industry association, industry groups, to BCCI.
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
You are mandated to give
Yes, Your Honor. The BIR
a proper
has.
computation, the 1 divided by 1.
Yes, Your Honor. And I have an illustration ready, Your Honor.
Is it possible to have a software application for senior citizen and PWDs for purposes of monitoring of database and registration? Is there a city around? Okay, you are here? Sir, you are recognized.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
I'm Ricky Hernandez from the DIC.
So you have a software application for senior citizen and PWDs?
As of now, we don't have a software for senior citizen, but we support the initiative. Wow.
Okay, section 5. I recognize the wife of my good friend, Freddie. Are you the wife?
I think so, yeah. So before, kasi may inakinalak na community on the science development.
Okay, see, thank you. Under section 5 RA 994, at least 50% discount shall be granted to the consumption of electricity, water, and telephone by the senior citizen center and residential cafe group homes that are government-run or non-stock, non-profit domestic corporation organized and operated primarily for the purpose of promoting so wala naman sasagot dito. So the TWG is hereby commanded to see whether section 5 of RA 994 kalkalan gusto tayo dito. Section 8 of JFC 1 2022 provides that complaints will be handled by the OSCA. Does OSCA have the capacity to resolve grievances? Do we have the case? Sorry sir, inaayos ko na kasi alas 12 na. Ever since the JFC became effective, let me also reiterate our request for summary of cases. Meron na diba on January 17? So meron ka ba, Oscar? NCSC? So there's no budget for any capacity building of our OSCAs, no?
Sir, we're including them in our budget.
Pag Christmas party, meron sila. Pag Valentine's, meron sila.
We have leadership series and seminar series for them.
How much is your budget?
We just included that DSWD from the ATOP or the Assistance to Older Persons.
Assistance to older persons.
Yes, sir. That includes.
How much?
For this year's 3.3 million.
Million?
3.3 million.
Million?
Yes, sir.
Hindi, opisina nyo lang yun?
That would include trainings for technical assistance for OSCA, FISCAP, SEOs, and the Elderly Filipino Week celebration.
Ordanis, ikaw naman itong next question to them. Nalilito na rin ako.
Would the centralized system for issuing senior citizens and PWD IDs effectively reduce the proliferation of fake IDs?
My apologies, sir, made me.
Ikaw.
Proliferation of fake IDs.
Siguro sa kanila hindi importante. Sa PDAW ang importante. Ano lumabas? Puro sakit sa mata.
Your Honor, yung database po namin sa visual disability around 4,000, that's 8% of our total revenue.
Kaso konti lang. So, psychosocial. Yung mga iniwanan ng asawa.
Yes, Your Honor, kasama po sila.
Sabi ko na
Your Honor, the psychosocial disability and the mental disability comprise 24% of our total 62,000.
What's the highest?
Physical pa rin po, Your Honor. Physical disability po.
What is the physical disability?
both apparent and unapparent, Your Honor, we have a total of 23,786.
How much yun?
38%, Your Honor. Yes po. Followed by psychosocial disability, that is 11,703 or 19%. Yung mental disability, Your Honor, that is around 5,107, that's 5%.
Okay, please, we can finish before lunch.
Last question. How can senior citizens avail the exemptions from training fees conducted by private and government agencies, as is stated in Article 2, Section 1 of RA 9994? What is the process based on the guidelines? Will be called on DPI.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, for the 20% discount, we refer to the OSCA, Mr. Chair.
Non-responsive yun. Sa dole na lang. Is dole around?
Dole.
Yes, ma'am.
May I ask to repeat the question?
Repeat the question. Ikaw na. Hindi ka pa tapos. Hindi ka naman sinagot eh. Repeat the question.
How can senior citizens
Avail.
avail the exemptions from training fees conducted by private and government agencies, as is stated in Article 2, Section 1 of Republic Act 9994? What is the process based on the guidelines?
Sir, may I call my colleague from PRC, Mr. Chair, to
By
answer the
Zoom?
question? From PRC po.
Oh, PRC.
They're here po.
Maybe call on the representative of PRC.
Good morning po. As to the CPD units po from PRC po, instead of the 15 required na units po, for senior citizens and PWDs, 10 units na lang po siya. Yun po yung parang pwedeng ma-avail po sa PRC.
So, kung gusto niyang maging, saan niya gagamitin yung units?
Sir, for the purposes of renewal of license, PRC license.
License to?
PRC ID po. Professional PRC ID po.
For senior citizen?
For
PDAO? For what?
Those professionals po na availing for renewal of PRC IDs po.
Also, above 60, you can practice profession.
Yes po.
So, kahit doktor, can
Yes po, sir. So, instead of 15 units na required, 10 units na lang po.
Ano yun, yung continuing education?
Yes po, sir.
Alright. But what about the non-professionals? Yung mga test-da-testa. Is testa around? Oh, testa, you better call them sa PWD. Okay, Stella.
Mr. Chair, may we request data from all the establishments that you called? Ano lang po, kasi maganda yung finding ninyo that there's a 0.8% inflationary effect. Ibig sabihin, dahil may senior citizen discounts tayo, ang impact is tumataas ang presyo. Ibig sabihin, kailangan bawiin ng establishments in terms of pagtataas ng presyo. So gusto natin malaman yun mula sa establishments. At isubmit na lang po sa amin para basahin na lang namin kung ano ang parang coping mechanism ng bawat isa. So ano yung pricing strategy ng bawat establishment para mabawi ninyo yung senior citizen discount. At iba-iba yan sa bawat establishment eh. Kasi depende yon kung iba-ibang produkto ninyo, paano yung cross-subsidization ninyo, iba-iba yan. So gusto namin mapag-aralan yun para maintindihan itong 0.8% inflation. Saka para rin matulungan namin yung MTRC sa pag-analyze itong 0.8% inflation. So yun. At saka number 2, in the last 5 years, isubmit niyo yung income statement niyo sa amin, pero dun sa expenses, i-detail po ninyo yung total amount of senior citizen discounts para makita po namin. Kasi di ba ang pagkakaintindi namin, you treat it as an expense. Para makita po namin kung magkano dun sa total expense ninyo itong senior citizen discounts. So, if they can submit, lahat po ng establishments po na na-cover po dito sa hearing namin, isubmit po ninyo sa committee.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Usually I don't waste your time, but Starbucks is here. Let me thank you for the announcement. Yes, you are recognized.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Happily recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to the members of the committee. On behalf of Starbucks, we thank you for this invitation to serve as your resource speaker today. Yes, sir.
That's all. Will you repeat it again? For Valentine's?
We'll see, Mr. Chairman.
Ano?
We will see, Mr. Chairman.
Pero alam mo yung Goldilocks dun sa airport, hindi ako binigyan ng discount. Philippine Retailers Association, of course I have to give you your due time. They're my friends.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Bobby Claudio, the President of the Philippine Retailers Association. Thank you for this opportunity. I guess I'm speaking as an industry. Kasi lahat naman tayo are all merchants, whether you're retailers, manufacturers, distributors. So the issue, I think what's well represented today are the senior citizen entities that are concerned with the welfare of senior citizens. Ako naman siguro, I'd like to it will be a short change of me not to be able to defend and give the pointers of what the merchants are suffering. Yes, from way back where we have 994 and even the preceding senior citizens, we have always felt that this was a government project and that the government was going to help in the funding or the incentives. So we felt in the industry that by giving the senior citizen, however way you want to define it, in whatever way you want to give it, okay kami. Pero kala namin, this was going to be deducted as a tax credit from us so that we can be really generous in giving and not make any limitation to senior citizens' benefit. But in the end, naging na pala siya. Parang regalo ng merchants ito to the with the government dictating how it's supposed to be distributed. So, Congressman Pinball mentioned ano ba ang strategy ninyo? So the whole industry just adopted one strategy, price increase. Doon lang namin mababawi. There are merchants, there are business operations that are hardly making 20% margin, hindi pa profit margin. So kung ibibigay na yun sa senior citizen, wala na silang tutukuin or they continue their downward spiral. And similarly, also, the business that are having difficulty, na-mention na dito yung mga maliliit na drugstores, no? Because they are small, they can hardly extend the 20%. Yung malalaki kaya. So this has created an unlevel playing field in the business. And the price increase effect did not take into account anymore to whether the price increase will be for the class, for the income group A, B, or C and D. Wala na, basta across the board price increase. And what we felt, what we have seen in the industry, this has contributed to inflation. Kasi kahit na yung mga merchants na nahihirapan and they cannot determine how many senior citizens will avail of their service, talagang tinaas na nila presyo whether senior citizen or not. So this has also been discriminatory to our middle class group. Kasi kahit na ba kaya nila maka-afford, pero tinaasan ang presyo ng most businesses, this has contributed to the... so I feel remiss if I don't share the sentiments of the merchants in this discussion today. And we are more than willing to fulfill in whatever mandate this committee creates and how it's going to be done. It's just I feel that I will be remiss if I don't hear the interests of the merchants in this discussion. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Tobias. And I promise you, once the Senate is finished, goods over digital, which we originally filed. Actually, in Asia, we were the first to file the digital VAT law, except that the Senate is taking them 6 years. So, to give you a fighting chance against Lazada and Shopee. So, I think that will, bawi-bawi na ako doon. Total, hindi na ba ako sulat ng ito, but I'm here as an oversight. Actually, the speaker wanted to come here, but sabi ko na. So, now may call on my classmate, Stephen Kuan. Hindi na ako binabati nito sa group chat.
With due respect to all the senior citizens of this country, Mr. Chair and honorable congressmen, what we are giving out here is a privilege. I mean, for many years they probably contributed to paying taxes and building the economy, and which of course we all agree. But again, from 2010, our position paper in the supermarket industry was sana nga may database. Because it's so easy to get a senior citizen card. If you know 14 barangay chairman, you can get 14 cards and put different faces and use it anywhere. Okay, number one. Number two, I think the intent of the law was for the low income senior citizens, and then nasabi nga ni Bobby na it was open to all across the board. So that's why you see people in 5-star resorts and hotels using their cards, incessantly. We also said that sana yung database, third party na lang gumawa, para fair. And at the same time, sana every year may way of registering kasi minsan wala na si lolo at lola, ginagamit pa rin yung card. Maraming ganong nangyayari ganyan, di ba? Now we say, kawawa naman, senior citizen na pinahirapan pa. But, it's a privilege they're getting. It's a little, once a year lang, it's a little something to get. In Quezon City, if you reach 100 years old, they will go to your house and check if the old person, the centenarian, is alive and kicking, di ba? And not just give it freely, di ba? There's an interview, to find out. Now, for senior citizens, very simple lang siguro, just to show yourself, kahit Zoom lang siguro. Of course, may picture-based. Dapat yung database, may picture din sana. Kung masyadong malayo na, masyadong tumanda, medyo mahirap rin.
So, digital, sorry, digital,
hindi kahit digital lang. Yearly, suggestion ko lang. Now, going to the booklet class. Yes, just like that's correct. And online, when you buy online.
What time? Gawin mo naman 3 years.
Pwede naman.
So, no more booklet?
No. I'm going to the booklet now. The booklet was placed as a safeguard, A safeguard. If I were a player in the industry, yung kalaban ko, nag-hire ng napakaraming senior citizens para mamili doon sa isa kalaban. Di ba? It'll do harm, it'll do you in. Lalo for smaller stores. Let's say, in an area, in the province, 3 lang kayo naglalaban, halimbawa. Di ba? Sige, employ all the senior citizens in this town, all the towns, all the barangays, di ba? Doon kayo mamili doon sa isang tindahan lang para bumagsak siya, para hindi na niya mahirap siya. Because hindi tax deductible po, di ba? Now, we're saying, do away with the minimum, the booklet and the minimum. Probably will agree kapag tax deductible po. Annually, di ba? Annually. Kaya na kayo kung magkakaproblema, Mr. Chair. Wasted means tayo, di ba?
Yung input VAT lang naman ang issue. Pero yung tax deductible naman na. Okay. The discounts are tax deductible.
Yeah, maybe.
Mr. Chair, clarification lang. The discounts are tax deductible for merchants?
Because it's not part of your sales.
No, hindi, yun na nga ang main concern ng mga merchant. There is
O,
nothing
di
in any,
asan ka?
there's nothing in any of the senior citizens bill that clarifies that portion na, oy, pwede nyo i-deduct yan sa VAT nyo or
No, sa
sales
VAT,
tax, not on the VAT,
definitely.
sorry.
Yung input
Oo.
definitely is
Oo.
not being allowed as a direct charge to
So,
the
so even the issue whether you can deduct all senior citizen sales from your sales declaration, ganun po ba yan? Can we get a clarification from the air? Because that's a very, very important feature of that bill. Then most merchants hindi na magrereklamo kung meron naman pala silang tax credit yan in terms of excluding this discount from the sales declaration of all restaurants, supermarkets. Parang wala ho yan sa bill.
Nandito. Ibig sabihin, paano mo isasabi kung binenta ko sa iyo to 10 pesos, binenta mo sa kanya 8, ala namang sasabihin mo, bibisang kita sa gis dito. Di ba? Ikaw, Jollibee. Of course, you did not receive the revenues and therefore it's not taxable. The big problem there is that under the new law, the input VAT was not allowed to be a direct charge to output VAT. Where's BIR? Come here, baby.
Your Honor.
May sinasabi si Toby, kaya hindi na ako bibili dyan sa Mega Mall. Karap pamangkin ng bahay ko. Ano ba ang treatment mo doon sa discount?
Your
Kasi
Honor.
hindi naman niya na-receive yung revenue, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. The discount, the 20% discount in the VAT
Yes.
exemption, Your Honor, it will be deducted as an expense, Your Honor.
Oh. Oh, anong problema doon? Baka ibang country kayong dalawa, ha?
Your Honor, parang wala, we reviewed it time and again, and in fact, just less than 10 days ago, the National Price Coordinating Council with the Secretary, DTI Secretary, nobody in the whole room was aware. Kasi everybody's having it so good, but we're having it so bad.
Anyway, we will have a TWG to clarify these things. We will drill it down to the lowest common denominator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, I would like to thank everyone for a very constructive discussion. We will send a signal to all parking space that senior citizen PWDs are a public utility and therefore under the definition of the law, they deserve a 20% discount. So, is there any motion? Yes, Mrs. Fredinil Castro. Is there second objections? Hearing none. Maraming salamat po. We were expecting the speaker to come actually. So, sana nakita niya and we would have loved to join the discussion, sir. Thank you very much. This meeting of the Committee on Ways and Means is hereby adjourned.
Meeting is hereby adjourned for the special committee on persons and disabilities.
Thank you very much, sir.
Wala dito.
Sa parking. Sa parking. Sa tita.
Yun mga kagayan, tapos na po namin dito sa
Sir Bobby, I'll just say hi to Tom.
Ako rin na eh. Nasaan ba siya?
Kausap pa ni... Oo nga, nalumabas siya.
Labas na, iyabang na.
May parking naman, ma'am.
Kasi binanggit ko na kay Asa.
Kaya lang ito, hindi ko makita. Hindi ko makita sa
Wala naman. Yan, yung babaeng naka...
Kaya nag-request ka. Ayun, kailangan mag-sabi kayo. Sir,
So I request the secretariat to please sit down. For your power, not part of the secretariat. Pwede na po tayo umalis. Thank you po. Ayan na. Sorry po.
Asa sila?
Out na si Robert. Bye-bye.